and welcome to Contemporary Caribbean Cooking. Today we're going to be making a Trini rub flat iron steak paired with some yuca or cassava fries, and we're going to make some hollandaise, but we're going to put a little contemporary spin on it. We're going to be adding some fresh shadow benny or cilantro and coconuts. In the islands, we also have a way where we use a lot of pickles and chutney, especially in Trinidad. So we're going to be making a watermelon rind chutney just to cut the fat and balance out the dish a little bit. Also serve this with sauteed arugula. So I'm going to start with some dry thyme, onion powder, cumin, curry powder, black peppercorns, salt as needed, garlic, ground ginger, and paprika. We're gonna give it a good mix. So I'm gonna start by making my hollandaise, quote unquote. I'm gonna add my shallots, cilantro or shadow benny, vinegar, peppercorns, and I'm gonna let that reduce by 2/3. It's been strained and cooled. I'm going to add my egg yolks. I'm gonna mix this over the double boiler until I get my ribboning stage. And what that basically means is the egg yolk thickens to a point where when I push my whisk through it, it will separate, it'll part. It'll just be thick enough, and that would allow me to add my fat to the eggs so that the sauce doesn't break. You can see the traces of the ribbons from the whisk, and that's the stage that we call ribboning. So now I can add my fat. I'm gonna add my coconut oil. The fat content could be approximately 145 degrees. We're gonna remove the sauce from the heat, and now we're going to finish the sauce of chopped cilantro, some salt to taste. We're gonna start by adding water and vinegar. To this, we're going to add sugar, and we're going to let that dissolve. Garlic, ginger, scotch bonnet or pimento, fresh bay leaves, black peppercorns, and we're going to let that come to a boil. I'm going to season with a little bit of salt. I'm going to add the main event. So this is our watermelon rind. Once this comes to a boil, I'm going to adjust it with some arrowroot for consistency, and we're going to cover and leave this overnight. In the Caribbean, we have many starches or root vegetables. One of them is known as cassava. Cassava has 3 different names: cassava, manioc, and yuca. And there are many different ways to prepare cassava. You can peel it, boil it, you can fry it, you can make tapioca out of it, or a mash. It can be used in soups. So it's a very versatile root vegetable. It's very important that you peel it thoroughly because the skin itself, if consumed raw, has toxins in it. So it's very important that we remove the skin before preparation. If you look at the flat iron steak, there's really nice marbling going on. So it's a perfect cut of meat for grilling technique. I'm going to start by coating the flat iron with a little bit of olive oil, with a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to add our dry rub. And we want to start with a really well-oiled hot grill. And then I'm going to start by putting my flat iron presentation side down. So we're going to start by slicing our flank steak. And what you want to do is you want to check the direction of the fiber. So you can see here that the fiber goes up and down. So we're going to go against the fiber when we're slicing. Bon appetit!